Hi, welcome to the .NET Core series. In the previous video, I discussed about the Blazor basics, introduction to Blazor, and how we develop our Blazor applications and the features of the Blazor applications. So, in this video, I am going to discuss about the Blazor hosting models. So, Blazor supports two hosting models. Which one is the Blazor assembly, and the second one is the Blazor server. So here is the diagram for the Blazor server and the Blazor WebAssembly. So in the Blazor server, the here is the connection between the application and the browser is like a single R connection. So single connection means only the specific part of the page will be updated instead of reloading or modifying all the page. So in the WebAssembly, which the user hits the request and through WebAssembly you can do any activity. So as we have discussed that the any browser that all the browser those are the latest version of the browser. Any browser like Google Chrome, Firefox. So all the browser support WebAssembly, so we can run a WebAssembly project on that browser. So let's discuss the our hosting models. We support the Blazor. So first is the Blazor server hosting model. The application is executed on the server. So when we talk about the Blazor server, then we consider that the uh, one thing uh, one thing come into mind is that our application is running on the server. So when we run our application on the server, the between communication between the client and the server is the single hour connection is established. So when we our run our Blazor server application, so there is the single hour connection between the server client and the server. So when any event occur on the client side, such as button and button click, the information about event is sent to the server over the single hour connection. So when you are working with the Blazor server, if you hit any do any activity or click on the button, so this, through the singular connection, your request sent to the server. So server handles the events for the generated HTML. Difference is calculated. So the entire HTML is not sent again to the client. So in this case, only the specific part of the page updated instead of complete HTML sent to the user. So it's only the difference that is sent to the client over the single connection. Single connection, the benefit is that before without loading, reloading or loading overall page, we can update a specific part of the form our web application or do any activity. So it's reduce it increase the app performance and responsive. So next thing is to Blazor server hosting model benefit. The app loads much faster as the download size is significantly smaller than a Blazor WebAssembly. So uh, the size of the Blazor server is smaller than the WebAssembly app. So since the app run on the server, it can take all advantage of server capabilities because app running on the server it will take all advantage of server like resources, increase performance. So uh, including use of any .NET Core compatible APIs. So Blazor server can be run on that browser even those does not support the WebAssembly. So here is the main benefit of the uh, Blazor server is hosting model. So if any browser that does not support the WebAssembly, we can run the Blazor server on that browser. So next move to the Blazor WebAssembly hosting model. So using the this model, the application run directly in the browser on WebAssembly. So every browser, those which has WebAssembly, which support WebAssembly, Our 2 days latest browser all support the WebAssembly, so we can run our WebAssembly application on that browser. So Blazor awesome can work offline. So through the browser, we are not dependent on the server, so we can run our application offline. When the connection to the server is lost, the client app continue to function. So the main benefit of the Blazor WebAssembly is that if we have lost the connection between our server, so we don't need to worry about how our application will be work and when our connection will be established. So there is no issue to if the uh, app is connected to the server or not, the app will be work properly. So it can also quite easily run as a progressive web app, which means that the client can choose to install our app onto their device and run it whenever they wish without any network access at all. So um, all the other progressive app we're gonna install it on our device whenever we have we can use it offline and install in our any device so it is no problem to the device is connected to the server or not. So with code running on the client machine, it means the server load is significantly reduced. So Blazor application did not depend on the server, so uh, we it reduced the server request significantly. So here is these are the difference between the Blazor server and the Blazor WebAssembly. So Blazor WebAssembly is when we talk about the WebAssembly Blazor WebAssembly hosting model. So browser need to have to support the mm, WebAssembly. So if we are running with working with the Blazor server, so we don't need to have browser have the Blazor WebAssembly. So here is the main difference between the Blazor WebAssembly and the Blazor server. So in the next video, we will just create our first Blazor server project and uh, and we will continue our work on that. We will do some activities like user registration, login, and add and update product activities. So, thanks for watching the video. If you have any question, you can put your question in the comment box.